This is now our lesson number 4. Our lesson number 4 is on nouns, plural forms of Spanish words or plural form of nouns and articles. Okay, let's look into the meaning of the Spanish nouns. So, a noun is a word used to identify people, animals, places, things, or ideas. Unlike English, all Spanish nouns, even those that refer to non-living things, have gender. That is, they are considered either masculine or feminine. As in English, nouns in Spanish also have number, meaning that they are either singular or plural. Okay, let's look at this slide. These nouns refer to living things. So you have here your masculine nouns. El hombre, the man. Ending in O. Basically, those nouns ending in O are considered masculine. Like for example, el chico, the boy. El pasajero, the male passenger. Ending in OR, like el conductor, that's the male driver. El profesor, the male teacher. Ending in ISTA, el turista, the male tourist. So even if it ends in A here, since this is with article L, it is still considered as a masculine noun. On the other side, you have the feminine nouns. La mujer. Take note of the article. The article before the noun is la. A while ago, we were using the article el. Now, for the feminine nouns, we're using the article la. So, la mujer, the woman, ending in A. So, if it ends in A, these are feminine nouns. La chica, the girl. La pasajera, the female passenger. Ending in ORA. La conductora, the female driver. Or there, they call the driver conductora. La profesora, the female teacher. Ending in ISTA, since you have the article la, it's still under the feminine noun. La turista, the female tourist. Now, let's look into the gender. Generally, nouns that refer to males like el hombre are masculine, while nouns that refer to females like la mujer are feminine. And you saw this in the slide before this one. Many nouns that refer to male beings end in O or OR. Their corresponding feminine forms end in A and in ORA respectively. So, they become now feminine in gender. Okay, let's take a look at this one. The masculine and feminine forms of nouns that end in ISTA, like turista, are the same. Remember the slide before this? So gender is indicated by the article el el turista for masculine, or la turista for feminine. Some other nouns have identical masculine and feminine forms. Like when you say el joven, the youth, the young man. El estudiante, the male student. When you say la joven, the youth, but this has to do now with the young woman. La estudiante, the female student. Now let's go to nouns that refer to non-living things. Like what I mentioned a while ago, even non-living things have gender here. Let's go to masculine nouns. Those ending in O. El cuaderno, the notebook. El diario, the diary. El diccionario, the dictionary. El número, the number. El video, the video. Ending in MA. El problema, the problem. El programa, the program. Ending in S. El autobus, the bus. El país, the country. Now, the feminine nouns ending in A. La computadora, the computer. La cosa, the thing. La escuela, the school. La maleta, the suitcase. La palabra, the word. Ending in C-I-O-N. La lección, the lesson. La conversación, the conversation. Ending in D-A-D. La nacionalidad, the nationality. La comunidad, the community. Because the gender of nouns that refer to non-living things cannot be determined by foolproof rules, you should memorize the gender of each noun you learn. Like what I mentioned before, to build and to know the language, you should build your vocabulary words also. So the more words that you start adding to the language, the more that you learn the language. So it is helpful to learn each noun with its corresponding article, el for masculine and la for feminine. Another reason to memorize the gender of every noun is that there are common exceptions to the rules of gender. For example, if you say el mapa, el is an article for masculine. The mapa ends in A, so sometimes you would assume it as feminine. But map basically and using el becomes masculine. And el día, day, end in A, but are masculine. Please take note of that. Like we have certain exception to the rules also. Like when you say la mano, la is an article that we use for feminine gender. But if we use it for la mano, this is now, even if it ends in O, but is feminine, cat. Okay, I'll continue from la mano. La mano ends in O, but is feminine. The plural of nouns. To form the plural, add S to nouns that end in a vowel or vocales. What are the vowels again? This is a, e, I, o, u. Or in in the English language, A-E-I-O-U. For nouns that end in consonants, add es. For nouns that end in z, change z to c, then add es. Examples: el chico, los chicos. Remember, when we change the noun into its plural form, the article also changes. Like el chico, singular, los chicos, plural. El diario. Excuse me. Cat. Okay. Continue. El diario, plural, los diarios. El problema, los problemas. La nacionalidad, las nacionalidades. El país, los países. El lápiz or el lápiz, los lápices. Okay, the first column has to do with nouns ending in O, which is a vowel. And the other one, the problema, is another vowel. The other column, these are nouns ending in consonant. So for nouns ending in consonants, add es. For nouns ending in z, which is an exception to the rule, wrap the z or change the z to c, then add es. To continue, in general, when a singular noun has an accent mark on the last syllable, the accent is dropped from the plural form. Like, for example, la lección, las lecciones. So you have an accent on the lección or lección. Las lecciones. El autobus, los autobuses. For the Spanish articles, it is very important that you memorize the Spanish article. As you know, English often uses definite articles, the, and indefinite article, a, and before the nouns. So in Spanish, we call this artículos determinados or definite articles. And for indefinite articles, we call this artículos indeterminados. Spanish also has definite and indefinite articles, unlike English. Spanish articles vary in form because they agree in gender and number with the nouns they modify. So, first thing that you should take note of is the noun, because the noun will guide you also to your correct article. The correct article that you need for the noun. Now let's go to definite article. Or again, this are what you call artículos determinados. Spanish has four forms that are equivalent to the English definite article da. You use definite articles to refer to specific nouns. Let's look at the masculine. Singular. El diccionario, the dictionary. Los diccionarios, the dictionaries. For feminine, la computadora, the computer, las computadoras, the computers. For indefinite articles, we call this artículos indeterminados. Spanish has four forms that are equivalent to the English indefinite article, which according to context may mean a, and, or some. Use indefinite articles to refer to unspecified persons or things. Masculine, singular, un pasajero. That's passenger, just one passenger. For the plural, unos pasajeros, some passengers. The un and unos are examples of indefinite articles which has to do of the masculine gender. For the feminine, for the singular, una fotografía, one photograph. For the plural, unas fotografías, some photographs. Again, take note, even articles now have their masculine and feminine gender. The mastery of this lesson is very important in the upcoming lessons on article, noun, adjective, a, agreement. Hasta la vista, cuídate.